In the tapestry of life, where every thread holds a story, America in Black and White emerges as a haven for the voices echoing through the heart of our communities. In this podcast, we wade through the rivers of our collective experiences, celebrating the vibrant hues of change brought forth by the whispers of hope and the roars of action. It's more than just a conversation. It's a journey into the heart of our society, illuminated by the light of those daring to dream and do. Join us, and let your voice be the melody that guides us toward a dawn where every color finds its place in the masterpiece of our shared destiny. Together, let's paint a future brimming with the positives that dwell in our minds and the actions that shape our world.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of America in Black and White, where we're coloring conversations on the canvas of America. Our special guest tonight, Mr. Denton Malcolm, apparently he's having some technical difficulties and is not able to log on at this time. We're going to try to check with him about these technical difficulties. And we will let you know how that status is going to run. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize, but our guest, Mr. Denton Malcolm, will not be able to click into the show. He's having technical difficulties. I definitely apologize to you guys for this, but we will have another show tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I apologize for this, but well, no, apparently, look, it actually looks like he has made it. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Did you you got your technical difficulties fixed?
Yes. I got into the room at 6 o'clock. Yes.
Okay.
Did you get the singles I sent over? You got the singles I sent over to you?
Yes, sir. I did get your email. I did get your
Okay.
email.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so Lordy is one of my hottest singles right now. The girls are loving bomb.com, and Infamous is one of the example and how we roll off reggae rap team.
well, actually, just as we're going into the show here, because I was just actually getting ready to close. Um,
Okay.
so I was actually getting ready to close because we're supposed to start here at 6. Um, so let me we'll do your music here. We'll talk about your music here in the end. And actually play some of the music and let you explain it for the guests. Um, but you do several other things I see. As in accordance to your bio, says that you're an entrepreneur and you also do community outreach. So as far as your entrepreneurship endeavors, can you tell us a little bit about those entrepreneurship endeavors that you have and what sparked the interest in entrepreneurship?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Denton Alexis Malcolm, Chairman, President, and CEO, founder of the Denton Alexis Malcolm Company, artistically known as Roadkid, the Reggae Rap Inventor. I started entrepreneurship at 17 years old. Steve Mariotti, CJ, and Kevin came to Theodore Roosevelt High School. I was taking a program called DECA Marketing, and I asked the teacher how to market myself as an entrepreneur. So when Steve Mariotti brought Nifty to Washington D.C., my teacher, my principal was like, Denton has to be in this program. So David Koch from Koch Industries donated $1 million to launch the DC division of Nifty. So I started taking entrepreneurship at Theodore Roosevelt High School. Now, this is what I call classic entrepreneurship. There's 40 students in the class, and the teacher gave every student $50 to go to the wholesalers. And she said, "Listen, the student that makes the most money get an A for the class." So I took $50, bought oils, bought scarves, and bought watches and t-shirts, and I sold them, and I made $198. So I made the most money, hence getting an A for that semester. I then won the class competition. Then I won the regional business plan competition. My first initial company was Roadkid Productions, a retail apparel company that offered rare name brand apparel to the community at affordable price. After graduating from high school, I didn't get the scholarship, to a full scholarship, so my father didn't want to pay the other half of the scholarship. I was working. I ended up being homeless because I was performing with Bounty Killer, and Caperton came in one night like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, and my father asked me to leave. So I was like homeless for like 3 months, sleeping outside, sleeping at friends' house and things of that nature. I worked at McDonald's. I managed Zalco marketing firm, and I painted apartment buildings. Then my nifty director loaned me $250, and I saved $250 from my McDonald's job. And the second time I went to New York wholesalers for Roadkid Productions again, and then 2 years later I won the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award in New York. And this is what I call the Sweet 16. I got featured on 16 media, CNN. Inc. magazine, Wall Street Journal, Washington Business Journal, Washington Informer, Washington Post, and came back to Washington D.C. And I always joke about this. I always joke about this, Charles. We don't call the media. The media call us. Julie, my executive director, she's like, Denton, David Ains from WPGC just called, want to interview you. Pat Lawson just called, NBC4 Channel 8 want to interview you, and Baltimore Sun with Lloyd Lewis. I spoke at the Reginald Lewis Business Camp up there, and the Baltimore Sun featured me. And then I went to North Carolina, and I did the global entrepreneurship competition, and I won. I came in second in the global. That's my third entrepreneur, young entrepreneur of the year. So though that was my initial company. That my initial line of company, Rootkid Productions, Rootkid Entertainment, and Rootkid District of Columbia. 99, I decided to incorporate Damn Companies LLC as the conglomerate, or what you guys like to call a parent company. And from my events management company, Vibes Universal LLC, came the spin-off, VUP, which is my design firm, and Celebrity Style Catering, which is my catering company. And as of 2005, I've called all my companies Damn Companies, the Denton, Alexis, Malcolm companies. So that's where we at now. We have five of our companies up and running, and looking to relaunch too, and launch the embryonic companies, or respective subsidiaries.
So, of all those corporations that you have incorporated and opened, when was the pivotal moment what was the pivotal moment that pushed you to start your own business? Because it seems like you was doing a whole bunch of things at one time.
In high school, like I said, I had an illustrious high school career. I was, I was like the captain of the soccer team. Yeah, okay, yeah, and the pivotal moment was when I asked my teacher how to market myself as an artist. And and then Nifty, they brought Nifty to Washington D.C. That's when I started my own business.
So, how did you experience? How did your experience as a musician influence the business ventures?
My customers came from the music demographics, where my music client base served as my fashion client base, or my retail client base also. So that's how it influenced it, and it also influenced the name of my companies, and then the type of industries I got in: Celebrity Style Catering, Vibes Universal, entertainment industry, VUP, the graphic design firm. A lot of promoters bought graphic designs from me. And of course, Rootkid Productions is from my entertainment name, Rootkid Entertainment Label Group from my entertainment name, and Rootkid District of Columbia.
So, what principles or values, guided your approach to being an entrepreneur?
Several. Keep good records. The second is punctuality. Punctuality has repeat business written all over it. You got to be punctual every time. And then we at Damn Companies, we believe that ideas with substantial implementations of ideas with substantial relevance would yield to exponential growth.
So, can you describe a major business decision that taught you a valuable lesson?
As I said, punctuality has repeat business written all over it. We and keep good records. Matter of fact, I'll give you the 97 story. How I won the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award. 95, I did not keep good records. The year 95, I did not keep good records. Mike asked me, Denton, how much money did you make last year? And I gave him an estimate about 40,000-50,000 or so. Because I was selling some T-shirts for $10, some T-shirts for $7, and I didn't keep good records. 96, I kept good records. 96, whenever I sold a T-shirt for $10, it was noted. Whenever I sold a T-shirt for $15, it was noted. And I won the Entrepreneur of the Year 96. So I couldn't submit the records for 95, but I was able to submit it for 96.
So, what was the lesson that you learned from that?
Keep good records. Yes, sir. Keep good records. Keep good records and stay on top, man. Keep good records. On a daily business, I keep a journal on a daily basis. I keep everything recorded, even with my songs. Soon as a song comes to my mind, I record it. And I journal everything on a daily basis, man. And the same thing with my books. I keep good records with my books and everything.
So, what's been your proudest moment as an entrepreneur?
Wow. There's so many, but one of the biggest moment is winning the entrepreneur of the year, the first young entrepreneur of the year. That's sweet, that sweet 16, when 16 media interviews, 16 major media interviews, when Harold called me and said, Ink, the Ink magazine video you was featured on sold over 500,000 copies, and I was like, thanks, Harold. But he said, what's surprising is that Ink magazine did a survey, and 50% of the people said the reason they purchased the video is because of me.
Mhm. So, with all of these things that you do, how do you stay grounded?
Oh wow. I stay grounded by keeping the universal principle. Having our corporate culture and our corporate motto is the goal is higher. The goal is higher than myself. You know.
So,
So the decision is always made based on our corporate culture and our corporate beliefs.
so what advice do you have for creatives that are looking to build sustainable businesses like yourself?
One take an entrepreneurship course. That's one. And two, you write a business plan, and keep good records.
How do you define success, both personally and professionally?
Success is meeting your goals. Success is the goals you set for yourself, and the goals you achieved personally and corporately.
And what legacy do you hope to leave to build through your businesses?
Well, to be able to become a large scale enterprise, where we hire thousands of employees, and a family generational wealth, where which I started, including my brother, as he franchised a retail company, Root Kid Productions. My mother, she ran Root Kid Productions in Jamaica, and my sister, she worked at Vibes Universal LLC, my events management company. So to build generational wealth, and to leave a legacy, a belief in our mission and our values at damn companies. What we choose to achieve, our mission, what our mission is, and believe in that mission. The principles and the virtues of that mission.
So as your companies expand, I mean, or is there like a goal that you're looking at as to how large you want your conglomerate to be?
Yes, yes, definitely. Like I said, we want to be a large scale company. We're currently a small business conglomerate. We have under 500 employees, so we're looking to hire, thousands of employees, and go worldwide. Right now, we're headquartered in DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, but we want to go worldwide. We have ventured in Paris, France, and Jamaica, and but our musically, I'm in 80 countries. We want to do the same thing with the companies also.
So let's talk a little bit about your community outreach and impact. What inspired you to get involved in community outreach work?
I was a president of student government, and we started volunteering at the Greater Washington Urban League, and then it continued with U O'Brien, and then it continued with Nifty, the Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship, where I visit schools to speak on a weekly basis. They even took us to Oak Hill Prison. I spoke at Oak Hill Prison, and then Nifty have always instilled a philanthropic piece in the business plan. They have always asked us, what's your philanthropic goal? And then I was inspired in Jamaica to create Operation Starvation also, to end world hunger. And we have continued on the same path. I've just volunteered for a lot of organizations. We have just always instilled that philanthropic piece, community outreach, community service, and knowing that people matters. We're human beings, and sometimes we always need help. And then for my nonprofit organization, it's all about good, good bad things happen to good people. When I graduated with a 3.83 GPA average, captain of the soccer team, and but yet still I got homeless at 17. So I created Dam Foundation to serve athletes, entrepreneurs, entertainers, like myself, that bad things happen to them. Create a building where they could come to and provide scholarships for them to go on to college. You know what I mean?
So, are you currently doing any outreach back in Jamaica, or are you just doing your outreach here in the DMV area?
Well, we did mostly in the DMV era. Mostly in the DMV era right now. We just ran the America's Next Top Hitmaker competition, and it had a non-profit piece to it, where when we raised funds, the funds went to Global Citizen to end world poverty, So all the donations went to the Global Citizen Foundation, which I just placed top 3 in the group finals. I wish we had this interview like a week or 2 ago, so we could get more votes and more donations up, man. Because the group finals, I spent 5 weeks in the top position, and we placed third in the group finals. So we didn't make it to the last 3 rounds.
What was your first major community initiative, and what did it teach you?
My first major community initiative was Greater Washington Urban League. They taught us how to to volunteer for the Greater Washington, just volunteer, and also the power of work, the power of work. We had evening time job, what we call an evening time job. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. We had what you call an evening time job. They gave us an evening time job, and we also volunteered for the Whitney M. Young dinner. We also served for the Whitney M. Young dinner. So it's just the power of volunteering, community, and work.
How do you identify the needs of the community you serve?
With marketing, I do a lot of marketing research, marketing surveys, and some of it is my own initiative. By belonging to the community, so I know what their needs are. The laws of supply and demand, and then I do a lot of marketing survey. With Rootkid Productions, we knew that it was going to be fashionable merchandise. So far as couture, Versace's, because the market was wearing Versace. With Vibes Universal, it was a young thing, 18 to 35. The community we serve was 18 to 35. That was our demographics. And with a nonprofit, for us it was just basically this bad things happen to good people. So I decided it should be me, entrepreneurs, entertainers, athletes with good grade, point average, that type of thing. We could give scholarships and a place to stay.
So, what programs or partnerships have had the greatest impact on you?
I would say Nifty has had the greatest impact on me. The Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship. And I'm glad I also took culinary arts. I studied culinary arts. That definitely impacted my catering company big time. They have a hip hop song that say you get the ball and fumble it. I get the ball and run with it. I get the ball and run with it at Celebrity Style Catering since I graduated as a culinary arts student, as a chef. Yeah.
So, in your culinary business that you do, when you're like doing some of your outreach programs, are you like serving just American food, or do you serve Jamaican food? And if you do, what's the specialty?
Okay, I would say my specialty is celebrity style catering, and we have five signature cuisines. So it's All American Delight, Southern Delight, Caribbean Treasures, Italian, and we also have seafood. And we have a delectable breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu. I grew up in Jamaica until I was 14, so I love cooking Caribbean food. But I tell you something. For the African Americans, compliments to you. We did premium cheddar mac and cheese the other day, southern chicken, and it was good for me also. Healthy. When you talk about heart healthy macaroni and cheese and southern chicken. So I'm loving all of it, man. I'm loving cooking all of it and eating it and selling it also.
Mm. So,
And I love salmon. I love salmon. I love salmon also.
so how does your work empower young people or underserved communities?
Oh yeah, I teach entrepreneurship to young people and underserved community. I hire the underserved community and young people also to work. If you're a creative, we hire you. And then also, we teach the principles and the virtues at damn companies of punctuality, sales concept, and and understanding what our values and our mission is at damn companies also.
So, what role does music or creativity play in your outreach effects?
Oh wow. During when I'm writing music, I try to teach things like Heavenly Father, to believe in God. Respect the mothers, like a song like Mama Carol. Only mama I come to exalt, cause I'm come out so good a fear fault never leave me when me lonely, never leave me when me sad. You know what I mean? And I teach entrepreneurship in my songs. And since I invented and pioneered reggae rap, and brought it to 80 countries and to the Jamaican market, Jamaica, we have definitely raised the bar so far as monetarily, entrepreneurially. We're more entrepreneurial. We're making more money as dancehall artists right now. What I mean? Vibes Cartel just matched Jay-Z. What I mean? They just book Vibes Cartel for $1.3 million. What I mean? So our booking fee has gone up. What I mean? So the ghetto youths money is raised, and the talent levels has raised. What I mean? Not just dancehall reggae, but reggae rap, and trap dancehall, what I would consider the subgenre to reggae rap. What I mean?
Okay. And how do you measure success in community building work?
We manage success by two things, two measuring poles we use. The level of donations we get so far as from sponsors, and the level of participation we get, the belief in the concept of our nonprofit and our philanthropic goals, or philanthropic goals, yeah, institutions.
So, what's one story from the community that continues to fuel your mission?
Uh, um, we did the Hip Hop Meets Politics conference, and it's basically bringing the politicians together with the musicians to talk to the hip hop community, and the Caribbean community, and the urban community on a whole. The music community on a whole. How does politics affect music? And I got a call from Al Gore. Al Gore was like, the vice president of America, was like, son, I can't make it today, that type of thing. And we had 50 participants from Howard University. That was great. And then we had a lot of sponsorship from Aniche, Mario Marino. We had a lot of sponsorship. So it was a 7-day event, and I deemed it as a success. I deemed that is a success.
How do you manage burnout or compassion fatigue in this line of work? Because I'm sure you're
Uh,
doing an enormous amount of things.
Yeah, you know what? 20 years ago, I used to work 7 days a week, 24/7. Since 2005 or 2017, I make sure I get my 8 hours of sleep. I get my 8 hours of sleep. I drink my water, a lot of vegetables, and a lot of exercise. I exercise like twice a day.
Hmm,
And I read. I study philosophy and I read the Bible also.
hmm. So, what's your vision for long-term impact in the community?
Well, for long-term impact, I think we're gonna need financing. We need those pillars of success. What I call the fee deal: facilities, employees, and equipments. So and then we need the belief of the people in our mission and our goals. And and the participation in our success.
Let me move over here to let's talk a little bit about your music. We'll talk about your music. There's a few of the songs that you sent that I definitely would like to play and have you tell us about them. Um, so let me just start first with asking you, how did music first enter your life?
I was walking up the street in my community, Kingston, Jamaica, Mountain View, and I just the first song came to me was like them not have no clue. The wickedest man them come from Mountain View. You know what I mean? It's just the area that I grew up in, the area that I grew up in. It inspired me to create my first song.
Mm. And so, I mean, like, so were you always a creative, or is it just something about music that just attracted you that pulled you in?
Yeah, you know what? I was always a creative. I mean, I listen to Shabba Ranks, influenced by Shabba Ranks, and all those Spragga Benz and all those guys. But it's the community first that inspired me, and then later on it became the instrumentals, the girls, and of course my genre reggae rap TM. Gave me a different type of flow to practice.
Okay. Well, one of the songs here that I was listening to that I think is pretty interesting is you look like you did a recreation of "I Shot the Sheriff,"
No,
and
well, yeah, go ahead. It's not a recreation.
okay,
It's an inspiration. A recreation would be like using the same melody and the same words and everything.
okay,
It's titled similarly, but it's inspired by Bob Marley. So since I was in high school, I always thought that Bob Marley should have shot the deputy. Also, he said I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. So
right,
and later so later on I found out the CIA 2 years ago, while he was on his dying bed, said he was the one that placed something in Bob Marley's shoes that led to his cancerous demise. So that's why I wrote I shot the sheriff and the deputy. So I wasn't going to be like Bob Marley. I wasn't going to leave the deputy behind. I decided to shoot the sheriff and the deputy.
well, so let's take a listen to this song and you tell us about it.
All right.
Lord, 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 to all the ganja man, them will spread large up. Smoke the ganja till the place get warm up. Me say that we no go get can't stand up because of the genocide them bring up and sing. I shot the sheriff, they shot the deputy because him come for burn down my ganja city. I shot the sheriff, me shot the deputy because him come for burn down my ganja city. I shot the sheriff, me shot the deputy because him come for burn down my ganja city. I shot the sheriff, me shot the deputy because him come for burn down my ganja. Ganja man from east, west and south side. You know you're not, well the kid that talk all tribe. Respect big broad and it stay wide. One lead us astray but when I slip not slide. To the other side of covert genocide. It will be over if no open blind eyes. Crack I'm angel so it's nothing but pure lies. Through the years so that we won't rise. You man, smoke your weed and boys, well bless. Smoke your weed and boys, well bless. I
shot the sheriff. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Ganja Man anthem inspired by Bob Marley. You know what I mean? So I decided to shot the sheriff and the deputy when he came to burn down my Ganja city. You know what I mean? Yeah,
And
yeah.
so can you tell us when like who were your earliest musical influences that actually projected so much more out of who you are as an individual?
Shabba Ranks is my early influence. Beenie Man, Bounty Killer. Even though later on Beenie Man and Bounty Killer followed my styles, you know what I mean? Yeah, but Shabba didn't really, you know what I mean? Shabba started reggae rapping, but they follow my styles. But those are my early influences in music. Of course I listen to Bob Marley also. But it's later on I really, 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 really have so much love and respect for Bob Marley, like I did for Shabba Ranks at first,
Mm. So can you tell me, like with Shabba Ranks, what was it about Shabba Ranks and his music that influenced and inspired you so much? What was it about that music?
Is dancing and the way he rode the rhythm and the topics, you know what I mean? Yeah, I really like it. Plus he brought me on stage. I went to Kingston College High School in Jamaica. He brought me on stage at the concert in Jamaica too.
Oh wow, okay, that's enough inspiration. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shabba was actually big, when I was much younger. So I remember Shabba Ranks a whole lot.
Yeah,
Um,
epic. He's signed. He's the first dancehall artist that really blew up in America. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, other than Bob Marley, Shabba is the first one that took over America, man.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to play Infamous. Tell us about Infamous.
Infamous is a reggae rap song. Infamous is a reggae rap song. Inspired by my nickname. Inspired by my nicknames. Yeah, my many nicknames. My sexual philosophy. My chest to your top, face the fuck, me at you at, your zoom fat, me I like a rock, me no like man with black. So when you come, leave the dead stock, lay down, on my bed stock, get your head rock, when we're bed rock, now give you no dead rock, you know the kid rock, till you come, me nah stop, no dead rock, you have to come back, no dead rock, you have to come back, when we're bed rock, infamous, Escobar Jr., infamous, that's my word, infamous, the record I'm living, infamous, infamous, Escobar Jr., infamous, that's my word, infamous, the record I'm living, infamous, deep into this honest placenta, my back, down to the top, Louis, to the ice pack, pickets, I like that, ramping shop, ramping can't stop, all when you want stop, you can't stop. If loving was a crime, you would have forgot a crime stop. Shrine stop, worshiping like a shrine. Stop. Wet up your panty line. Stop. Find your grind spot. Feelings inside can't stop. All when you want stop. Oh you love that. 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 Infamous. Escobar Jr. Infamous. Young Cicero, that's my word. Infamous. Keep the record on living. Infamous. Sleep into these honest placenta. Infamous. Escobar Jr. Infamous. Young Cicero, that's my word. Infamous. Keep the record on living. Infamous. Sleep into these honest placenta. To the top, to the count, time to the clock. I see the clock up on the wall, but if me now watch it, apart. Now come back, somewhere in between, ride it non-stop, like you want me come back, yeah, like you want me come back, a long time on me, you should have jack, your drawstring pop, same way the coach pop,
move. I like that move. Share watch, share watch, not the one where Gucci and Gucci non-stop. Share watch, share watch, share watch, share watch, share watch. Infamous, keep the record up in Denton. Infamous, slip into these others from the center. Infamous, Escobar Jr. Infamous, that's my word. Infamous, keep the record up in Denton. Infamous, slip into these others from the center. Infamous.
Yeah. So, like I said, Infamous is my reggae rap single that's trending in Africa and Jamaica and Los Angeles also. And it's my sexual philosophy and also my many nicknames. My nickname Young Cicero, Infamous, and Root Kid, the reggae rap inventor. You know what I mean? So that's what I did with the chorus. And a story behind how I wrote the song. I asked him to produce something similar to In the Club, Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday. And when I got it, I was like, what is this? It reminded me of Nick Cannon, Drumline. It reminded me of Drumline. So that's how I came up with Infamous for that for that instrumental right there. So I went in the studio. I was like, warm to the cock, my chest to your top. The producer was like, "What is this? Aren't you supposed to be going fast?" I was like, "No, this is my reggae rap flow on this track right here." You know what I mean? Yeah, but I saw that. Yeah.
So, what was your inspiration in writing the song?
Just my sexual philosophy, man, and a reggae rap, giving it a reggae rap chorus, that reggae rap hook to it, you know what I mean? Infamous, Escobar Jr. You heard some many nickname, my monikers, my nickname, Escobar Jr., Infamous, and Root Kid, the reggae rap inventor, you know what I mean?
Escobar.
Yeah, my uncle name is Pablo Escobar. One of my uncle name is Pablo Escobar. So, I'm built like him, you know what I mean? And, I roll like him, so they call me Escobar Jr., like my uncle. He's Jamaican though. He has a Spanish nickname, but he's Jamaican.
So what was the moment you realized music wasn't just a hobby, it was your calling? You get a lot of
feedback. Since the first time I touched the microphone in Mountain View in my community, Kingston, Jamaica, because I just performed the chorus, Charles, and if you could think about 4th of July, the way 4th of July sound, that's what happened when the guns was going, the fireworks was going off and the guns was going off in Mountain View. All I said was, them not have no clue. The wickedest man, them come from Mountain View, and everybody start firing, you know what I mean? Everybody start applauding, fireworks, clappers, everything, you know what I mean? So I knew it was mine since then.
So, how would you describe your unique style?
Repeat that again, Charles.
Yeah, you get a lot of feedback.
It's thunderstorming. It's thunderstorming over here. How is it down there? It's thunderstorming over here.
No, we ain't getting that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
How would you describe your unique sound or style?
My music style?
Yes, or sound.
Okay, cool. So I have the dancehall reggae sound and yeah, see, they just sent me an emergency flash warning. Yeah, I have a dancehall, reggae sound, and I have the reggae rap sound, and I flow for the gangsters, the girls, for my God fearing people. And for all the entrepreneurship and the rich family out there, you know what I mean? The rich lifestyle family out there. And the bomb.com girls, man, all the bomb.com ladies.
So what's the story behind the first song you ever wrote?
Repeat that.
What is the story behind the first song you ever wrote or performed?
Oh, it's a mountain. You know, it's all about my community. The story is about my community. Mountain View, Kingston Mountain View. That's the first song I wrote.
Okay. Let's listen to your song here, How We Roll.
Okay.
So tell us about.
Yeah, how we roll is inspired by the instrumental and the Caribbean breeze inside of the rhythm. How we roll, you hear the water washing away. So it's all about, and then also it's a word play. It's a word play on the producer's name. The producer's name is DJ Exclusive. So I was like, I'm gonna play on the word exclusive. Exclusive flex, exclusive flow, exclusive sex, exclusive dough. You know what I mean? So it's all about how we roll. In the Caribbean, when we roll and drop top, feel the Caribbean breeze, suntan with Miguel in a Belize, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wrist on freeze.
So what is the reception in the Caribbean for How We Roll?
Yeah, you're getting a little bit muffled. I don't know if it's you should take the mic from your mouth or whatever, but it's a little bit muffled.
No, it's
Yeah,
coming like
I can hear you very clear right now.
So I'll ask you, what's the reception of How We Roll in the Caribbean?
Oh wow, they got it in heavy rotation down there in the Caribbean, and also in Los Angeles and Africa and Washington D.C. on WPFW 89.3. So like it plays like 16 times a day in Los Angeles, 98.2 FM down there, and then it's in Jamaica. It's on a radio station in Jamaica also. I got How We Roll down there, Infamous and Wave Your Hand. I'm doing well in Jamaica.
So how has your music evolved over the years?
Repeat that.
How has your music evolved over the years?
Oh yeah, well, total involvement. From dancehall, just dancehall reggae and sing J, to my reggae rap genre, treading international waters in over 80 countries. So I call that total involvement. And then when we first tried to get a record deal, 1996, we went to New York. 2003. 2003, New York came to us. 9 record labels came down here: G Unit Records, Rockefeller Records, Dark Child Entertainment, LaFace Records, in Interscope. Of course, they went to LA, but we got 9 record deal coming. So we have totally evolved. I think so far as that is concerned. And and at first we were only able to do outside income money makers was only illegal money makers while but now we got entrepreneurship inside. We got rich lifestyle inside now. You know what I mean?
Okay. So what role has culture or heritage played in your musical expression?
Oh wow, it played a big role. Of course, you could see. You know what I mean? Jamaica is the land of green. Green for the growth of the land. Yellow for the sunshine, black for the people, and G for God. You know what I mean? G for the growth of the land. G for green, Gangarelli Ganja. G for girls, and the culture definitely affect everything I sing about. Everything I write about. Even some of my musical styles comes from some of the old school, the old folk songs, you know what I mean? Like the ska songs or the old folks country songs, you know what I mean? Like half hour gone, I get warm. Just I get in the mood, me just ready for perform. Beg me for cool and I'll beg me for calm. After me come for touch down the house like Gilbert Stamp. So that's come from like an old country type song. So the culture definitely affect me. And also the American culture does affect reggae rap also, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. In what way?
The way we dress, some of the dances, and then some of the using the Ebonics language inside of the reggae rap flow, and then using some of the popular terms from America inside of the reggae rap flow also. You know what I mean? Dogs, my dogs, you know what I mean? Me, I take it a step further, and like, some other reggae rappers, dancehall artists that's reggae rapper like Mexico, whatever, we take it a step further, you know what I mean? I'm like Faucet Life, you know what I mean? Dripping, you know what I mean? Drip and all of that stuff, you know what I mean? Okay. And then some of the stuff, some of our same Jamaican brothers came up with it up here, you know what I mean?
Okay. Let's see. The song that you just earlier, this one is Yes, sir. So tell us about the bomb.
Bomb.com is the girls' anthem. It's for the Louis V divas. It's for the beautiful ladies. It's for the dancehall divas. It's for the girls with the 3-star ratings. I'm talking about face beautiful, shape sexy, and then she has a beautiful personality. Now, one thing I want to tell you, just to piggyback on the culture. When in DC, when you got something that's good, they call it the bomb. You got some fire green, they call it the bomb. You got some girls, you call her the bomb. You know what I mean? So when a girl is all that, she plus a bag of chips, I call her the bomb.com. She not only got her own title, she got her own URL. You know what I mean? I call her the bomb.com like that. You know what I mean? And I give the girls 33% for their face, 33% for their shape, and 34% for their personality. So if you got a bomb ass shape, a bomb face, but you don't have that personality, you're just average out here, baby. You gotta have that great personality. You know what I mean? Big up all the bomb.com girls, the girls with the 3-star ratings. You know what I mean? Face beauty and body, so you know, see how beard things.
Yes, I used to live there.
You used to live in DC?
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely. When did you live in DC?
I left DC and moved here to Atlanta in '96.
Okay, cool. That's when I released my first reggae rap single, produced by, authorized by Bad Boy Records, Puffy. I did my first reggae rap single called Ain't No Stopping on the Hypnotize rhythm. So my management, that's what I was saying. We went to New York, and my management got authorized to use the Hypnotize rhythm because they said let's demo me first. New York said let's Puffy or somebody said demo me first.
Oh wow! So can you share a performance that left a lasting emotional impact on you?
Oh wow, performance. The Paris, France. La Cigale Theater, Paris, France. I arrived. Very professional. We practiced with the band. And rehearsed with the band. And then when I got to the show, 2,000 people at the show. Tanya Blunt was headlining the show, and I was the second headliner. I came on, and I'm like, everybody wanna be like, we bonjour, and everybody was fainting. Everybody, when I was touching everybody's hands, I'm like Michael Jackson in Paris, France. So that had a lasting impact on me. I mean, I never forget it. Plus Clive Davis was backstage, was like, they need people like you. They need people like you. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. The movers and shakers, man. French TV, French radio, big band, everything, man. I mean, I was like, the only artist that I've ever seen people fainted for was Michael Jackson. I'm like, I'm Michael Jackson in Paris, France. Yeah, man. Yeah, for real.
How do you stay creatively inspired in your songwriting and production?
I'm always using new instrumental inspire me. That's one, and I'm always using new creative flow, new rhyme patterns. I'm always using new rhyme patterns, new melodies. And another thing I do, I use a dictionary. I try to use the dictionary so we get some more vocabulary. So words that I'm coming up with and creating new words also.
Right. So what challenges have you faced breaking into or staying in the music industry?
We, since Reggae Rap TM, everybody wanted to inherit the title of Reggae Rap TM. So, the production, the level of the level of production, the way the production system works, like my song Lordy Lordy, the minute a song like that hit the market worldwide in 80 countries, every producer generally calls and asks you to get on a track. That didn't happen. So I need more production, and and then I got 25 record deal offers, and we haven't closed none of the deals as yet. You know what I mean? I have management teams that try to close the deal. I got sick during the 9 record deal offers. I got sick during that. I went to the hospital, so I can't really blame anyone, although they didn't come to get me out of the hospital. And then I got 4 more record deal offers, 2008, 2010. Then and somebody erased my record deal with Harv Pierre on MySpace. And he was like, we got to go through the red tapes. We got to go through red tape. And then Sony Music. I was supposed to go to New York 2010 to meet with Sony Music. I don't know if you know a group in DC called Section 8 Mob. You ever heard of Section 8 Mob?
No.
So the guy that used to manage this rap group called Section 8 Mob, he got me to deal with Sony Music. And so a week later we were supposed to go to New York to meet with the Sony A&R that gave me the record deal. And he was nowhere to be found. And then 2014 we got the $100 million deal with Clive Davis again. And the management team, the guy that I gave 20% of my management, the deal was, if you close the deal with Clive Davis, I give you 20% of my management. When he came back, he wanted 30% of my management. Now, some people, would argue that I should have took the deal, but I was like, if you switch the deal already, what else are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we had a problem with closing the record deals. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then yeah. And I had some other guys from High Art Radio try to sign me to Dr. Dre new label, and J Prince label over there in Texas and everything, And then I'm back. They DC trying to do a Maybach DC deal with me and everything. So I think I should close the deal.
So tell us the historical context of dancehall.
Dancehall reggae. First there was roots rock reggae, and then after roots rock reggae, you remember the Trojans, Delroy Morgan, and them. They was like, let's do the reggae. You know what I mean? And then from let's do the reggae came dancehall reggae, and you have had several kings of dancehall. Yellowman the first king. Shabba Ranks the second king, then Beanie Man the third king, and now they're arguing whether Vybz Kartel is the fourth king or not. The people are saying Vybz Kartel is the fourth king. They even try to crown Massacre at once. You know what I mean? King of dancehall reggae. You know what I mean? So we have evolved from those 4 kings. Dancehall reggae was also financed by the political party, the head of the JLP party, Edward Seaga. So. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do one more of your songs now. And then I want to wrap up the show. Let's do right here.
When we say boy, I'm not here to stop me. How can you sound?
How we do it? 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 How we do it?
Okay, so tell us about this.
Okay. Before I tell you about that song, hey, let me make a request, Charles. You gotta play Lordy Lordy because that's the one. You know, what I mean, worldwide, that's leading right now. The fans gotta hear Lordy Lordy. But them not bad like Rude Mafia. You know, like how Michael Jackson said, I'm bad. I'm saying they're not as bad as my crew, Rude Mafia. They're not as bad as they're not as bad as me. They're not as bad as Rude Mafia. They're not as bad as us. They're not as bad as Rude Mafia. It's a bad boy anthem. You know what I mean? It's a rude boys anthem. It's a gangster anthem. You know what I mean? Simply saying we're the baddest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the real topper. I'm the real top of all top. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, for real boss, the real boss of all boss. You know what I mean? Two to the copy.
So with all the things that you have going on, can you tell us how do you maintain your sense of purpose across all these arenas?
You know, I can't categorize it as Damn Companies is the conglomerate, my entrepreneurship ventures. You know, reggae rap is my musical calling, and my musical crew, Rude Mafia, is on the reggae rap also. So I'm the CEO of all my companies, you know, Damn Companies. And then I'm also using the Elon Musk concept. Well, you know, I should say it's first my concept, but Elon uses the same concept where he's not only the CEO but also the talent. So you know, I'm the CEO and I'm franchise artist at my record label, the CEO and I'm the celebrity executive chef at Celebrity Style Catering. You know, I'm the chairman, president, and CEO founder of all my companies. And then, you know, I'm doing all the major fundraising, the events management, and the marketing at my events management company. So, you know, so for me, it's manageable like that. And you know, I just work with my 16 hours that I got in a day. You know, keeping it focused. You know, and I also hire staff to help me deliver. You know, the message and deliver the service, and the products that I'm delivering.
So what's something most people misunderstand about your journey?
Misunderstand about what?
Your journey.
Oh yeah. I think they misunderstand that I don't want to hire people. I want to do everything by myself. I don't. You know, like we want to hire 1,000 people. Matter of fact, one of my greatest forte is marketing, and we're going to we're going to give up the marketing director position. So I'm hiring people from staff all the way to senior vice president. That so we put that out the window. And secondly, that the artist is not as smart corporately as he is as I am creatively. And I'm 3-time young entrepreneur of the year. Corporately, it would be like Forbes magazine junior. And and then I'm just as musical, 5-time DC reggae artist of the year, and now top 6 favorite chef. You know what I mean? So it's not a jack, it's like master everything. We're over here mastering everything. You know what I mean?
Mm. So how do you handle setbacks or moments of doubt?
Wow. I can't say I've ever had a moments of doubt. I can't say I've ever had a moment of doubt because I've had so much success, especially since I came to America. And if you could believe this, if I went to the smartest high school in Jamaica, I was in the smartest class in Jamaica, and top of the smartest class in Jamaica. If you could believe that we did better, I did better when I got to America. Whereas I was promoted three steps up. So, I was deputy vice president in Jamaica in high school. I came to America. I became president, the first 10th grade student government president. So because of all the success that I've had since 14 years old in America, I've always believed that 70% of the market, at least 70% of the market is with me. You know what I mean? Because 70% of the school voted for me. And so there's always a chance to win and make money and keep implementing those ideas with substantial relevance. And then I have my corporate America family that that have supported me and that have offered me financing. Like I was at the DC Startup Week the other day, and the threshold of financing was $800,000. The highest investor was 800,000. You know what I said when I was there? I was like, oh, I rather my angel investors, because we do 5 times. They offered me 5 times $800,000. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So there hasn't been a moment of doubt for me as yet.
So what mentors or role models have shaped your path?
My mentor, Patrice Saige, he has always taught me to put more emotion and more compassion in my speeches. And the Paris, France ordeal that I spoke about. Yeah, he's one that brought Jean-Pierre Maslow to America to make me head of the Dwight Desite USA. And then Nifty executive director Julie, she's one of my mentors. And Mike Caslin and Steve Mariotti Steve Mariotti has always been there, bless his soul, R.I.P. Mariotti. But for 30 years, Steve Mariotti has always been there for me, with me, North Carolina to New York, and has always supported me 100% wholeheartedly. In fact, he think Damn Companies is one of the best concepts he's seen since sliced bread.
So how can you define leadership in your own life?
Yes, leadership is defining the process. Leadership is deciding what the landscape is going to be, what the trajectory is going to be, the goals we're going to achieve, what the mission is, how it's going to be achieved, and setting up a plan to achieve those goals and missions that we set forth, and living and actually living your mission and living your goals. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what lessons from music helped you in the business and community work?
Being professional and taking it very professional. There's things that need to happen for the artists such as Purdium, such as engineering, making sure that the microphone is right. Also making sure that the writer is right. The deposits are in on time. The deposits are in time, and making sure that everything for the event is done right and done correctly. So keeping it professional. From music, it's the same thing. I have that drive to keep it professional in my professional life also.
If you could go back and tell your younger self one thing, what would that be?
I wanted to. I wish I had created a nickname that's similar to your corporate name. The minute people hear the nickname, well, I mean, Rude Kid, the reggae rap inventor, no dictate that you're a smart person. You invented a genre, but Rude versus damn companies is like, you know what I mean, like night and day to some people, yeah. But like Sean, his real name is his real name. Sean Paul, his real name is his real name. Probably I would have been like a guru, like a young guru or something. You know what I mean?
What do you wish people ask you more often? What do you wish people ask you more often?
Sorry, my brother. Could you repeat that one more time?
What do you wish people ask you more often?
Okay, ask me how much do I charge to perform?
Is that what you wish they would ask you?
Yeah, how much do I charge to perform? You know what I mean? When bookings, more bookings. We need more bookings over here, man. We need more bookings over here. Yeah.
How do you want to be remembered, not just as a professional, but as a person?
I want to be remembered as an entrepreneur, leader, and a creative artist, someone that took perfection in the job, that think excellence is what we do, not just what we say, but also what we do.
And what's next for you?
What's next for me? I want to finish writing my business plan for celebrity style catering and damn companies, and we're going into the financing phase, and we try to release the hyperbase rhythm with Zojak worldwide. We're going to try to release the hyperbase rhythm compilation album independently, and my fifth album, and my first official album, Infamous Millionaire, also. So that's the next move for me.
And
Lordy, the party anthem, the song that made Shabba Ranks introduce me to DJ Frost, the producer DJ Frost.
Actually, I don't know that.
I sent it. It's on my Reverb Nation. It's on my Reverb Nation too.
Yeah, that one. I don't have that one. So,
it's the second song. It's after I Shot the Sheriff and the Deputy. It's the second one.
Let me see. No, that one, nope, I don't have that.
Oh, you don't see it? Okay, wow.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was the second one. It was the second one.
No, I was looking. I don't see that one.
If you pull up my,
it's not one song twice. That's probably what it was.
If you pull up the Reverb Nation, it's on the Reverb Nation also.
Well, actually, I was just going off the email. We're going off the email. So just what are some of the words of wisdom that you like to leave for the audience in closing?
We're muffled again. We're muffled again. What did you say, bro? Charles?
What are some words of wisdom? How people can find you on social media? How they connect with you on your website? What are some words of wisdom you like to leave for the audience?
Okay, definitely. You know, if I could tell you one thing for sure, if you don't do it, I guarantee that it won't be done. You know what I mean? Use intelligence, use integrity. You know, invest with certitude. You could visit me at Facebook, Reverb Nation, Instagram at Rootkid the Reggae Rap Inventor. Also, my new Instagram is Rootkid the Reggae Rap INV. Um, you could find me on Facebook at Celebrity Style Catering, Vibes Universal LLC, Damn Companies LLC, RKLG, RKDC and Company. And then also you could find me at VUP USA 1. I'm on SoundCloud, also soundcloud.com, Denton Rootkid the Reggae Rap Inventor Malcolm. And for bookings, call me at 202-440-5354, 202-440-5354. Keep it trill. You know what I mean? Atlanta, you're the first one to put me in heavy rotation. A song called Stay Fly, Ain't Bentley on 5 radio station over there. You know it's Rootkid the Reggae Rap Inventor, the number one in the world, just enter, representing for Charles King and black and white in America, America in black and white, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's why the champagne in my glass, me and my thugs, them a laugh. You know, if you ask what the boss, when you see the me back a past bosses, yeah, you know it's America in black and white. Road Mafia, Lordy. Yes, Charles King, that's right there.
I want to thank you, Malcolm, for being here. This was a great show, and I'm more than sure that those that are watching will definitely be in connection with you for your music. I want to thank all of you for watching on our YouTube channel. I appreciate you for watching. Please support us by subscribing and getting all the notifications so you're able to watch all the shows and live. You'll also be able to go back and watch all the shows through up and down the whole network. I want to thank you Denton, for being here again because your entrepreneurial style and the things that you're doing are really, really prosperous, and I'm really, really happy and proud of what you have accomplished up to this point. And I wish you much more success as you go through your journey, because I think the things you're doing and staying creative has got a lot to do with how society functions.
Thank you very much, Charles King. It's definitely been my pleasure. One of the best interviews I've been on. And, keep up the good work over there. You know what I mean? American, black and white, nothing but love from Denton Malcolm, a.k.a. Rootkid, the Reggae Rap Inventor, signing out from Damn Companies, Conglomerate, and Rootkid, the Entertainment Label Group.
Thank you all, and you all have a great evening. We will see you all tomorrow.
Yeah.